P.B. Shelley was an influential English romantic poet, famous for his lyrical poetry and idealistic radical political thoughts. He was a rebel who went against his family and society to raise his voice for his fundamental thoughts. He was a beautiful man who wanders in the imagination of literature students, full of charm and romantic vigor. Shelley was born in London in an aristocratic family. His father was an important member of the Whig Party. At an early age, Shelley developed unorthodox views and attitudes which often caused him to be bullied by classmates at Eton. Being academically gifted, he was quite open about questioning the authority of God. In 1810, Shelley went to the University College at Oxford. It was widely held that he rarely attended formal lectures, instead preferring to read his own selection of books. It was at Oxford that he published his first poetry and novel, Zesterosy, and a pamphlet, The Necessity of Atheism. After refusing to repudiate the pamphlet, Shelley was expelled from Oxford and was also driven out of his house and his family. After 4 months, Shelley was blooming with sparks of youth and was bold enough to elope to Scotland with a 16-year-old schoolgirl, Harriet Westbrook, and they got married. However, despite having a child, they later separated. Shelley attended several poetic societies and came in contact with other influential poets like Lord Byron, S.T. Coleridge, and John Keats. In 1814, he travelled to London, where he became acquainted with the utilitarian philosopher William Godwin. There he met Mary Godwin, the woman in her early teens, whose writing was complementary to Shelley's poetry. Shelley fell in love and left his wife to take Mary on a tour to Europe with Mary's stepsister. After several months, they had to return to England after running low on funds. At that time, Lord Byron invited his company to both Switzerland and later at Italy. From this literary friendship, Shelley gained more and more inspiration for his poetry. It was soon discovered that Harriet had committed suicide, and Harriet's death allowed Percy and Mary to wed. Percy's efforts to gain custody of his 2 children with Harriet were blocked because of his poetry and writing style. In 1818, the couple went to Italy with no intention of returning. Once there, they never settled in one place for too long. Time was spent socializing, writing, reading, learning, and sightseeing. Mary became depressed and isolated after the loss of her 4 children. Shelley found peace in the outside world, but not for long. Even during the publishing of Frankenstein, Shelley was forced to take the credit for writing the novel written by his wife. But he could not do that and ended up crediting his wife, Mary, for her work, while he only wrote the introduction. Mary and Shelley reconciled, but it wasn't for long. They were just star-crossed. Among many frailties of Shelley, one was the fact that he could not swim. On July 8, 1822, the romantic poet drowned in the Bay of Lierici of the northwest coast of Italy when his small boat overturned in a squall. He was just 29. That was the end of him, and the man who used to be so handsome, ironically, his badly decomposed body was found days later and was cremated by the shore.
The fountains mingle with the river, and the rivers with the ocean. The winds of heaven mix forever with the sweet emotion. Nothing in the world is single, all things by the law divine. In one spirit meet and mingle. Why not I with him? see the mountains kiss high heaven, and the wave clap one another, no sister flower would be forgiven if it disdained its brother. And the sunlight claps the earth, and the moon beams that kiss the sea. What is the sweet work worth if thou kiss not me?
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then please do not forget to like it, subscribe it, and of course comment on it. And let me know if there's more to it. Thank you so much. See you next time.